There are hundreds of videos on YouTube about the Capital One Venture X card, and they all follow the exact same script. $300 travel credit, 10,000 yearly bonus miles. This card pays you $5 to own it. Anybody can go to the card's main landing page and easily read about these features. So, in today's video, I'm going to teach you the hidden benefits and secret tricks that the other YouTubers almost never mention. You can use these tricks to unlock the full potential of your Capital One Venture X card. Let's jump in right now. All right, so first up, number one is the unmatched flexibility of Capital One's miles and rewards currency. So other banks like Chase, American Express, and Citi, they don't allow you to access your points and miles as easily as Capital One does. So for example, Amex doesn't let you share MR points with anybody. The only way to get around that is to add an authorized user, and then you can transfer your membership reward points to that user's loyalty account. However, there's no way to directly share membership reward points with another person. So other than that little loophole of the loyalty program, Amex is restricted. Chase is a little bit better in the fact that you can share your UR points with other members of your household. However, you can't share beyond that. So they've got to live in your house, whether that's your player two, your wife, your mother, your father. You have to have the same address in order to share ultimate reward points with each other. Otherwise, it's restricted. So Citi will allow you to transfer your thank you points to anyone. However, there is a added restriction to where those points will have a hard expiration date of 90 days from the transfer date. So you can it has more flexibility in that you can transfer them to anybody, but they really that hard expiration date is really restrictive. So like for example, you may have a award that you want to book that's you're ready to go, you feel very confident in it. Your friend transfers you those points, you pay your friend for those points, and then you use the points to book to make the booking. Let's say that booking has to be canceled for whatever reason. Life happens, things happen. You have to cancel it. Those points now have a hard expiration date. Doesn't matter if you cancel and it doesn't restart that expiration date. That clock is always ticking. So that could be pretty tough and provide some restrictions there. So those are the major banks with transferable currencies that I'm going to go over. Capital One, on the other hand, allows you to share your miles with any other Capital One card member. So there are no limits or restrictions. This type of flexibility can come in super clutch if you ever need to top off your stash of venture miles in order to make an award booking. So this exact situation happened to me when I was booking my recent trip to Japan. There was availability to upgrade my already existing ANA economy flight to first class, the suite product. With ANA, that's the highly desirable first class product. And I had booked it through Aeroplan, and I needed Aeroplan points in order to make that upgrade. I didn't have any Chase, Amex, no venture miles left. I was completely drained from booking this trip to Japan. I had almost no transferable currency remaining. This was an extremely rare opportunity to fly that suite product. So this flight often has a cash value of around $13,000 depending on the time of the year. But when I booked, it was a $13,000 flight. I thought I was completely out of luck and was going to miss this, incredible opportunity that I had. So was really bummed. But then I suddenly remembered that I had referred my aunt to a Saver card, the Capital One Saver card, a few months prior. So I referred her. She signed up. I knew she had signed up, and I assumed that she was using it to spend on dining and groceries and entertainment, and had gotten her sign up bonus, and I had forgotten about it since then. But I knew that she doesn't have a venture card or a miles earning card. So because of that fact, she just uses her Saver card as a cashback card. So I figured I could call her if she had the points that I need, which is about 35,000 points, if I remember correctly. If she had $350 in cash back sitting in her account, I could theoretically pay her $350 because there's no higher value for those cash back. It's capped since she doesn't have a miles earning card. And I'm sure she'd be happy to transfer me those points. So that's exactly what did happen. So we were able to call Capital One, easily transfer them because they have that flexibility where you can, transfer to anybody. We don't live in the same house. We don't even live in the same state. There is no hard cap to worry about like there is with Citi. So I was able to call. We were able to transfer those $350 in cash rewards to my Saver card, and I was immediately able to convert those to 35,000 Capital One Venture miles, and then I was able to initiate the transfer to Aeroplan and complete that first class upgrade via Aeroplan. So it all worked out perfectly. If I didn't have Capital One cards or if I didn't know about that flexibility that they provided of being able to share your miles and rewards really freely throughout accounts, I would have just been stuck in economy for 13 hours, which, it'd been fine. I still got to Japan, but I would have missed out on what ended up being an absolutely incredible first class flying the suite from Japan back to my home airport of Chicago. So if you want to hear more about that booking, that entire 2-week trip to Japan that I booked with points and miles, check out this video right here. All right, so next is adding even further to Capital One's flexibility. So more so on top of what I just mentioned on the flexibility, that I was able to secure that incredible award with that cash back in miles. So, whether it's on the Saver card or what we're talking about right now, the Venture X, earning Venture Miles, those miles post as soon as the transaction posts to your account. So you have access to those miles right away as soon as the transaction posts, which is usually 1, 2, or 3 days, versus other banks like Chase, Amex, and Citi again, that your points don't deposit to your account until the statement closes, or in Amex's case, even further along until you pay that statement bill. So this might not seem like a huge deal, and I admit that it's not like a make or break feature, a huge feature, but however, it's really come in clutch for me in the past. So like, for example, recently I had booked a refundable hotel stay via the Capital One travel portal, where I had earned 10,000 miles via that 10x back that I received with booking through the Venture X there. I ended up having to cancel that booking because there was a schedule shift and I just had to cancel it. But I was able, and before I knew I had to cancel that trip, I redeemed those 10,000 miles for an experience with Capital One Entertainment that I'll talk about in my next trick here in a second. But I was able to, because those miles posted directly to my account when I made that Capital One travel portal booking, I was able to use them, even though I later refunded that trip, shortly thereafter. So once I canceled that booking, my miles balance went into the negative, and I was able to keep the entertainment booking that I had previously made at the same time. So I was only able to make this happen because of that flexibility with those 10K miles posting from that original purchase right away. So I don't know that I'd recommend booking refundable travel in order to get a quick, booking like a $1,000 refundable hotel stay through the Capital One travel portal to get 10,000 miles to top off an award. I don't know that I'd recommend that as a strategy, but it's nice to know that if you're like ever in a big bind and you just need a few more miles in a couple days, and you don't have any other way to earn them quickly, whether that's from a bonus or, transferring from a family member, whatever the case may be, that there is that, possibility to top off that account with just a few thousand miles. So like I did there. So, again, not a huge thing or like something I'd repeat a ton, because you might get in a little bit of a trouble with Capital One kind of manipulating the system that way. But in my case, it was a organic situation that popped up, and it actually worked out really well. So that is another point on the flexibility. All right, so the number one hidden benefit and trick that we just talked about was the flexibility of Capital One's currencies, whether that's venture miles or cashback rewards. Number two that I'm going to highlight here, the number two trick, less talked about trick and hidden benefit, is the experience that I just had, that I booked using those 10,000 venture miles that I previously mentioned. So, Capital One has the strongest emphasis on entertainment out of all the major issuers, in my opinion. By this, I'm referring to they provide exclusive deals to sporting events, concerts, other ticket-based entertainment. So, what I did was I used those 10,000 venture miles to book tickets to a Chicago White Sox Major League Baseball game. So Capital One has a deal with Major League Baseball where you can pay 5,000 miles to get incredible seats at certain games throughout the year. So I was able to book these seats that you'll see behind me on the screen right now. Excellent seats. So I was able to book these for nearly a 2 cent per point valuation off those 5,000 miles. My father-in-law is a huge White Sox fan, so this allowed me to give a meaningful gift and provide an experience that will last a long time. So it's just something unique about Capital One. They also have done in the past March Madness deals and provided really good deals to go to the Final Four if you're a basketball fan. So I think that the important factor in what I'm highlighting here is that they've got a really strong emphasis on entertainment, and they've shown that they're able to provide excellent value for the cardholders when you redeem miles and points through the entertainment portal and get these great experiences. So I think that's just really important. That it's not that you have to be a baseball fan or a basketball fan or a sports fan in general. And if you're not, that this doesn't mean anything to you. It does, because it sets the precedent. Like, let's say you're a concert fan, you're not into sports. Um, I would expect there to be concert deals, similar ones in the future. Just my speculation that it's important that they've shown that they're willing to make these types of deals and provide these types of experiences at a great valuation. So 2 cents per point, I think, was kind of the floor value, in my opinion. The Chicago White Sox are a terrible team, one of the worst in baseball. So let's say you go to like a Dodgers game or a game at Yankee Stadium or a Mets game where the tickets have a much higher cash cost and are much higher demand. That 5,000-mile cost is fixed, so you could get upwards, higher than 2 cents per point. I got 2 cents per point on a low demand game, with this team being very terrible. So that's number 2. All right, number 3 on the list here is a rarely talked about benefit, which is that the Venture X is a excellent rental car card. So this card offers primary collision damage waiver insurance on rentals when you use your Capital One Venture X on those rentals. So this means that you don't have to file a claim on your personal insurance, or you don't have to buy that feeling that scammy feeling insurance that the car rental companies always get to try to get you to purchase for $20 a day or whatever it costs these days. That means you can decline that and be fully covered with your Capital One Venture X. So that is really nice. The Capital One travel portal also has excellent deals on rental cars. So, for example, I just booked a car for an upcoming trip I have to Kansas City. I did a lot of research through different portals, booking directly with rental car companies, and I ended up finding the best deal through that Capital One portal. So not only did they have a really good deal booking through the portal, but you earn 10x miles on rental cars through the portal, which is a very nice return, same as the hotel return on spend that I was talking about earlier. So very nice to get 10x, get a good deal, get 10x. So very nice there. Everybody talks about the Hertz President's Circle that you get with this card, but however, in my opinion, I just think that Hertz is a little overpriced. Every time I check, it's way overpriced, actually. And I just feel like the customer service is bad compared to other rental car companies that I've used in the past. I prefer Enterprise National. Hertz is just every interaction and a lot of anecdotal experiences that people have shared with Hertz. Previously, I'm just not really interested in that President's Circle benefit there. So President's Circle is what all the other YouTubers tend to talk about, but I just wanted to highlight kind of that you don't have to use this card just with Hertz to get amazing value through car rental. So excellent car rental credit card. All right, last I will touch on one final, and I'll this will be a bonus benefit for the Venture X, and the reason I'm calling this a bonus benefit is because other cards that have Priority Pass, like the Venture X does, provide this benefit as well. So it's not a fully unique to Capital One, but I just wanted to highlight it. I think it's not talked about enough. So you can get into the Chase Sapphire Lounge one time per year with the Venture X's Priority Pass membership. So I just wanted to quickly mention that this could possibly be the deciding factor for somebody who's on the fence about, oh, do I get the Chase Sapphire Reserve? Do I get the Capital One Venture X? Because there might be people out there that are on the fence about these two cards because they want to make sure they have some limited access to the Chase Sapphire Lounge. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that you can do one visit a year with your Priority Pass through the Venture X to the Chase Sapphire Lounges. So extra benefit there that might tip you over the edge. All right, so that brings us to the end. If you got value from this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in applying for the Venture X and would like to support the channel even further, please consider using my referral link down in the pinned comment below and in the description. I would really appreciate that support. Thank you for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Till next time.